We still have 2 minutes, so you can pause the recording.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our speech marathon of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. I must commend you all that on the Sunday morning at 10 a.m., everybody is over here. So give it up for yourself and let's have a round of applause for yourselves. This is the dedication that we have in Toastmasters, and this is what will take us forward and make us great leaders and speakers. My name is Dhwani, and I'll be your sergeant at arms for today. Now, I would request everybody to mute yourself and keep until you are called upon. Keep your video on and audio must be off. Audio must be only on when you are called upon. I would also like to reiterate the fact that in Toastmasters, we are allowed to speak about sex, religion, and politics. However, in Gabbys, our club, we would not want you all to speak about those topics that can create any offensive remark or can create any discrepancies or can have any problem that will lead to other problems as well. So please refrain from talking about such topics. With that, I would like to call upon our Toastmaster for today. Our Toastmaster she is the VPE of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. She is from Sri Lanka and she's a chartered accountant. She has been an MBA graduate from University of Sri Jayawardhanipura, Sri Lanka. She is interested in learning new things, getting to know new people, and traveling to new places. She is none other than Sudharma. Sudharma, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much for such a warm welcome, fellow Toastmasters and guests. That was Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara, our sergeant at arms for today's speech marathon. Can we have a big round of applause to her? A very good morning to all of you. It's my pleasure to be presiding over the Gabbys speech marathon. I would like to welcome and acknowledge the presence of all the guests and Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters to our today's meeting. Dear guests and visiting Toastmasters, we appreciate you joining us. Due to paucity of time, we won't have an opportunity to have each of you introduce yourself, but we would like to know you. I would urge you to use the chat function to share a brief introduction of yourself. We will ask you to share your feedback at the end of the meeting. Also, please join the Gabbys Guest WhatsApp group by scanning the QR code on our Zoom background. For the benefit of guests, I would want to reiterate that the Toastmaster is a home to people who wish to face their fear of public speaking. Not only that, if you love to connect and network with others, if you want to hone your leadership skills, Toastmasters is the place for you. It's a safe place to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We are proud to carry forward these 100 years of all legacy, which is spanned over 100 plus countries. For the benefit of guests, I would like to explain the structure of today's speech marathon. In the regular Toastmasters meeting, we have 3 sections. First one, prepared speech. Second one, table topic. Third one, evaluation section. But today, our speech marathon, we have 2 sections, prepared speech section and evaluation section. To help me in today's speech marathon, I have our timer, Toastmaster Sadil Jayathilake. Toastmaster Sadil is our visiting Toastmaster as well as he is the sergeant at arms of the Nigambo Toastmasters Club. Currently, he works as a part-time physics teacher in his school. He hopes to go to University of Moratuwa, Colombo in March. Toastmaster Sadil, please explain your role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma, for that generous introduction. So, me as a timer. In order to develop ourselves, we need to be punctual. So, in order to measure our punctuality, in Toastmasters, we have the timer. So, my job is to measure the time of your speeches as well as the evaluations. So in order to do that, I have 3 timer cards. I can say it's timer backgrounds. I have the green timer background and the yellow background and the red background. When it comes to the prepared speeches, I will show the green background when the time passes 4 minutes. 5 minutes. And I will show the yellow background when the time passes 6 minutes. And when time exceeds 7 minutes, I will show the red background. And when it comes to the evaluations, I will show the green background when 2 minutes pass, and when 2 minutes and 30 seconds pass, I will show you the yellow background. And when the time exceeds 3 minutes, I will show you the red background. Since we have the club content, international speech content contest nearby, I would like to remind you the disqualification times. When it comes to prepared speeches, if the time is lesser than 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and if the time exceeds more than 7 minutes and 30 seconds, the speech is considered as a disqualified speech. And when it comes to evaluations, if the time is lesser than 1 minute and 30 seconds, or the time exceeds 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that evaluation is considered as a disqualified evaluation. So that's my brief introduction of my role. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadil, for that detailed explanation with regard to the international speech contest also. It will be very beneficial to our today's speakers. Now, shall we move to our first section, that is prepared speech section. Today, our first speaker and first evaluator. Today, our first evaluator is Toastmaster Mamata Singh. Toastmaster Mamata, please confirm your presence. Toastmaster Mamata, are you there?
Yes, Mamata is there, but I can't spotlight her.
Now, can you confirm, please? Are you there, Toastmaster Mamata?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Okay. Today, our first speaker. He is a fun-loving person who likes to explore places and enjoy nature, and a good listener and business analyst by profession, based in Bangalore, working for FIS. Today, he is none other than Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak. Toastmaster Sanjeet today attempting his dynamic leadership path, level 1, project 3. The name of the project is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. Timer, please note that the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak. Emotional spectrum in meetings. Emotional spectrum in meetings. Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. A very good morning to all my fellow Toastmasters and the guests. Let's delve into an intriguing world of emotions in our meetings, a tapestry of feelings which paints our interactions with vibrant hues. In our Toastmaster meetings, we go on a journey, we embark on a journey of emotions where we see a various emotions of basically a nervousness, an excitement of the first timers, to that of a pride of a seasoned speaker. We traverse to a different landscape of feelings in our meetings. Now, in today, that even though there is no grammarian available, but in all our other meetings, right, there will be a grammarian available, and he will give you a word which is we call as the word of the day. So at this moment, if there is a prepared speaker, it doesn't matter from where this word has come from, right? What matters at that moment for a prepared speaker is, do I have the confidence to do this change at the last moment? Can I do that? Can I add this word in my speech, which I prepared for the last 1 week? I have a rhythm for this speech. Does my speech will get disturbed if I introduce this new word into my speech, right? So these are different variations, different emotions which we have to overcome. There will be emotions of fear, the fear of I will disturb my rhythm, my entire effort on this prepared speech will go for waste, right? So this is what the words, the different questions which come up, and these are the emotions which we overcome as part of these meetings. Now, once this phase of the meeting is done, it's completed, and we are giving a 5 minutes of break. So this 5-minute break is very important. Why it is important is because it helps us to relax. It calms down all the emotions, and at the same time, it allows us to absorb what we witnessed in the first part of the meeting or the first phase of the meeting, right? So in this first phase, we saw a different kind of emotions. We saw the confidence, we saw the pride of all our seasoned speakers, but at the same time, we saw the new timers, right? So, but we at the same time we saw how they overcome their fears and they delivered their speeches. That's what is very important. So now, once the first phase and the break is over, we move to the second phase of the meeting. In the second phase of the meeting, what we see is a TTM, right? And we are like all of a sudden, oh, it's a TTM. We don't know what is thrown at us. Oh my God, what will happen if some kind of topic is given to me and I'm not able to deliver it? What about the fear? What about the people will laugh at me? They will get it's an embarrassment moment for me. Like a topic is given to me and I'm not able to deliver it, right? What I should do? So these are some of the fears which will be encountered by many of us. But there will be some speakers who will be very confident. They will say, throw any topic to me and I will just hit a sixer on the boundary for any topic which you throw at me. But that is one side of the coin. What about the other side? The other side, there are fears. They will try to hide themselves. They will say, oh no, let me somehow hide from this TTM so that he doesn't look at me. He doesn't take my name. There will be Toastmasters, newcomers, there may be even seasoned speakers. It may be not be their day. They will be even praying to the God, God, please, not today. Please save me from the eyes of the TTM. But while this discussion or the conversation with the God is going on, even God is smiling from the heavens. He's saying this very person has joined this meeting to overcome these fears, and he himself is asking me that, please save me today. Well, while this conversation with the God is going on, that's it. The TTM has taken your name. Now, with whatever broken courage you have, you just unmute yourself and you say, okay, I'm ready to take that particular topic. And the topic is given to you. And you deliver the speech within that awarded time. And you do the best what you can with your knowledge and your confidence. And once you deliver that, you are completely a changed person. You have the confidence. You yourself say that, yes, now I can deliver any topic which is thrown to me. You have changed as a person. You have improved yourself. And at the same time, you have created a better version of you, what you have or what you were just prior to joining this meeting. So that is all we understand we do in these meetings. We make a better version of ourselves. We go ahead, we always make sure that we deliver the best. We learn from what is delivered, what we witnessed, and what confidence is there in all the different speakers. We see their confidence. We see how they overcome the fears. We see that how they change their vocal tones, how they show the body language. All this is very important to make yourself in a better person, a better version. So let's continue to navigate the emotional journey in our meetings. Let's traverse this path again and again by creating an environment wherein every emotion adds to a mosaic, a vibrant mosaic of our shared journey. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And over to you, Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters. And yeah, I totally agree with you. I can remember my first online meetings here, Sri Lanka Toastmasters. I just ran away and I left the room when the Toastmaster called me for table topic. Now I am not like that. Thank you for reminding that for me. Thank you. And shall we move to our next speaker? Today, our next speaker's evaluator is Toastmaster Arushika Pandey. Toastmaster Arushika, please confirm your presence. Toastmaster Arushika, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Thank you. Today, our second speaker is, she is having 30 years plus experience in academia. Now, academia, and she work as a principal, now as a trainer. Toastmaster Samita Kar. Today, she is attending her effective coaching path level 1 project for speech numbers 2, evaluation and feedback. There are 2 project objectives in this project. First one, this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting, as well as speech is for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech and evaluation speech. The length of this speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Samita Kar. Up, up and away. Up and away. Toastmaster Samita Kar.
I'm on top of the world looking down on creation, and the only explanation I can find, my dear Toastmasters and guests, when did you feel on top of the world? Please unmute and tell me. Who can tell me? When did you feel you were on top of the world? Yes? Did you never feel so? But I felt so when I was in a hot air balloon in Luxor, Egypt. Picture this, 10 people going on a tourist spot hopping trip. And there I decide to go on a hot air balloon trip. No one was interested. They, in fact, gave me a list of things which all might go wrong when I go on the trip alone. I, a 50-plus-year woman, when you talk to me about knee pain, back pain, it is more scary than a horror movie. My mind said, frightened. Quit. I said a resolute no. I need to go. To navigate this path, I had to take a car, a bus, and a boat. When I reached there, I felt all alone and frightened. Why was I frightened? When in this digital era I had gone there, I had carried my Forex card. Reaching there, I realized the locals wanted only dollar in cash. Now, I didn't have cash to come back. A note to myself, do not get lost. Whatever it is, come back with those people. The pre-dawn time, twilight, and I'm standing on the lawn. I felt so meaningless and frightened. 30 plus years, I have been doing everything possible for my family and my children. And today, I was standing alone there. No one to talk to. All the people had come in groups or they were couples. I was all alone. Just as if on cue, the hot air balloon started rising. I felt this is a problem, how to solve it. Go and talk to people. Yes, I could do that. Slowly, I walked towards the area where we will get inside the hot air balloon. My new friends gave me a smile. That made a difference. In that colorful basket, the balloons started rising. There were 20 other colorful balloons. It felt as if I was in a Disney movie. I was grinning from ear to ear, looking the 360-degree view. Wow, it looked so different. Below, the river, then the farmland, and then the vast desert. While I was coming today, the river looked really big. The Nile River, the cradle of Egyptian civilization, from this height looked like a small ribbon. The greenery around it, around half a kilometer, it had stretched. And then the yellowish brown desert. Can desert look so good? Of course, it did. Slowly, I turned to look around people. Most of them were on their mobiles, trying to take pictures. A thought to myself, is it important to capture everything that we see? Or enjoy what the moment is giving us? Did I not take a mobile? Yes, I did. I asked my friends to click a few pictures for me, but rest of the time I was enjoying. Here, I could not see the faces of the people because the mobile was in front of them. Slowly, the sky changed color. It was as if God was playing with colors. It looked amazing. And then the sun peaked. The little ball of fire, as if had a magic wand in its hand, changed the entire scenario. The river, the greenery, the desert took a different hue, a different color, a different life altogether. When I looked below, I found that there was no difference between the land. There was no compound walls visible. Everything looked seamless. The point of view had changed. A thought to myself. A few moments ago, I was feeling meaningless. I was feeling lonely. Just the very thought of pushing myself and making me go, meet people, face the problem, changed the whole scenario. Why do I like going on a hot air balloon? Of course, I love the thrill and adventure of it. More so, I like to push myself to do things which are difficult because that gives me the view which I am getting right now. In future, I need to push myself. Was a reminder to my own self. Slowly, the balloon started descending. The Nile River, the blue ribbon, which was lying so silent, no sound was audible from here. The greenery, where all people were moving around, but I couldn't hear the noises. And the desert, it laid like a vast king. It was dominating the whole landscape. I had been in that place for the last 3 days. Just changing my point of view changed the whole scenario. In life, we need to move up, literally move up, to have a different view, a different solution to all our problems. Thank you. Over to you. TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmasters Samita. Yes, we have to push ourselves to go more distance. And I also agree with you. When we are visiting to places, I also don't like to get photos and I want to enjoy the total scenes of the nature and all. Yeah, thank you. And shall we have a big round of applause to our speaker one, Toastmaster Sanjeet, and speaker two, Toastmaster Samita. I forgot to applause Toastmaster Sanjeet. Shall we have? Thank you. Now let's move to our speaker number 3. Today, our speaker number 3 is evaluator is Toastmaster Deepani Jayathilake. Toastmaster Deepani, please confirm your presence.
I'm
Okay,
present.
thank you. Today, our third speaker is the Vice President Membership of Gabbys Toastmasters Club and the Area Director, Area 31D District 117, Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. Today, she is attempting her effective coaching path, Level 1, Project 4, second speech, evaluation and feedback. There are two project objectives. First one, to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. Second one, the speech is for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech evaluation speech. Timer, please note that the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. Get away. Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara.
Dhwani, manage the house while we are gone. Dhwani, please take care of your niece. She's really annoying me. Dhwani, did you meet the doctor? Go meet the doctor and understand what is the benefits of this particular medicine. How is your mom doing? What's happening? Why are you so lost? Why are you not posting anything in social media? Did you fill that 80 form? You are supposed to do it. You have deadlines that you have to meet. Did you finish the targets? You were supposed to finish the work that I had given you. Did you do it? Oh my God, did you do this? Did you do that? And what not? This was my life for the month of November and December. My mental state had already gone for a toss, to which I had so many things happening around me that I did not even know what to feel at that point of time. I just needed a getaway, to which I did. Now tell me, how many of you have been on trips with your friends? Show me a raise of hand. High five, because I have also been on trip with my friend and I finally implemented the plan to go to Goa. So I finally implemented the plan to go to Goa with my friends. First of all, convincing my parents was another story in itself. I think I'm going to make a speech out of it, but I finally did it and we created a WhatsApp group. Now, first things first is that when you go out with your friends, it's like it's a whole new thing, and especially when you go out with your childhood friends. Now, if you're planning a trip with your friends, I must say that planning and plotting is a secondary aspect. Whether you're going or not going is also a secondary aspect. But what's created first? It's a WhatsApp group, isn't it? With the place of the name that you're going. So for me, it was Goa is on. There were 6 people in the group, out of which 4 were active, and out of these 4, only 2 went. My friend Megha and me. Now, when we had overcome the first hurdle of meeting, of convincing our parents, God decided, why make this easy for you? So he threw another hurdle at us. My friend Megha, she was traveling from Bangalore and I was traveling from Ranchi. When we reached the airport, we were very excited that finally we are going to Goa. Oh my God. Our happy faces turned into a furious face. Do you know why? We got to know that it was only that day all the flights were getting delayed. Not 1 hour, not 2 hours, but for 8 hours. I looked at God and I said that, could you make it any more exciting for me? Nevertheless, I was really frustrated. All I was hoping for that please make sure that the flight does not get cancelled. To which one good thing happened, that where I was supposed to land at 4:30, I landed by 11:30 at night. I was so tired the whole day that I decided that I am not going to do anything and I just want a bed to sleep. Again, God had other plans. As soon as I picked up my luggage and I was finding Megha and I spotted her, she was there jumping and waving at me and throwing her beautiful smile that all my tiredness vanished. I was so happy to see her, and she was running towards me to hug me that I felt energetic. Isn't that beauty of friendship? Where you just meet your friend, you see them, and you feel all the energy in the world. We went outside, we ate our food. We also decided that let's do something thrilling. So we went to the beach at night, 3 o'clock, actually morning 3 o'clock. Now, when we entered the beach, and I must say, there were literally nobody around us. It was so peaceful, so beautiful that this has to be a to-do list in your list. When we entered the beach, we sat near the shack and we were enjoying the soothing sound of the waves, the moon shining bright, the wind gently caressing our hair, and the stars shining bright. That was a perfect Karan Johar movie view. I literally was feeling that this is a dream. This is so surreal. That moment was so perfect where we were reminiscing about our childhood memories, talking to each other about our school days and dancing and enjoying and whatnot. We lived each moment like it was last. We enjoyed Goa. We were there for 3 days. We explored Goa like there was never tomorrow. We went to different beaches. We saw the sunset point. We went to all those cafes that we were talking about. And most importantly, spending time with each other. This was a perfect getaway that I wanted. This was the perfect thing that I wanted. It helped me to rekindle with my energy, with myself, and get away from all those things happening around me. It helped me to fight back when I go back, to fight and conquer the world, gaining all the energy. So, to everybody out here today, every time there will be something and your mental state will go for a toss. So, for times like these, take a break. It can be going out with your friends, chilling with your friends, doing something that you love for the entire day. But go out, take a break because it will help you to keep yourself energized. Just like how our cell phones needs to be recharged, we humans also need to be recharged. And what is the best recharge than going out with a trip with your friends, on a trip with your friends? This has been my journey and this has been my getaway and has helped me to rekindle with myself and conquer the world. What's yours? Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhwani. Yes, we should have a me time and leisure time with friends to energize ourselves and go forward in near future and push ourselves. Thank you for the message. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara for that great speech? Thank you. Our next speaker, Toastmaster Gauri, can you confirm your presence before we go ahead?
Yes, I'm there.
Thank you. Our next speaker's evaluator is Toastmaster Daniel Vaz. Toastmaster Daniel, please confirm your presence.
I'm here.
Thank you. Our next speaker is a qualified chartered accountant. She is currently pursuing her passion as an image consultant and a soft skill trainer. Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Today, she is attempting her Engaging Humor Path Level 2 Project 1. Project name is Know Your Sense of Humor. The project objective is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and to present a speech that include humor. Timer, please note that the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Banter Bliss. Banter Bliss. Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal.
Have you ever experienced a battlefield that caused skirmishes, negotiations, manipulations, and more hair pulling than any geopolitical conflict? Well, anyone here who's grown up with siblings cannot disagree that living with them is like a never-ending Big Boss reality show. It's survivorhood, victimhood, sprints to the remote control, and enduring each other's quirks. Remember those days when our siblings were our arch nemesis? If looks could kill, jail would be our abode. She's looking at me. You are breathing my air. It was a daily task for territory, authority, and attention. Now I am Gauri, and my arch nemesis is Sakshi. If you shred our name piece by piece and try to make some sense out of it, you get Saga. And Saga it was. I was a girly girl, and she was a rough dude. With a quick raise of virtual hands, can you all tell me if we have any WWE fans in the room? Quickly, please. Okay, so the timer, I do see 2-3 hands going up. So she was an ardent WWE fan. And who was a practice ground? Now you need to visualize and know what a choke slam looks like, because I have been choke slammed more number of times than a monkey takes out lice from her sibling's hair. So a choke slam is you pick at someone's neck, fling them in the air, and smash them to the ground. Please do not try this at home. Now, if you ask, how did I survive this? It's because I used to go for acting classes. I screamed before she touched me. I jumped before she flung me. And I lay flat in Shavasana when I landed to the floor. Of course, all the moves and sounds were much exaggerated when mum was around. But living together also brought some grandiose learnings, like the art of strategic planning. We were little masterminds plotting our way to make the most of negotiations. Now, I loved kadhai paneer and my sister loved shahi paneer. These are two North Indian delectable delicacies, primarily variations of cottage cheese. And I always used to order the dish of my liking and tell her that hers is not available. At this stage, she was age 4 and I was age 8. One day she turned around and said, "How is it possible that my dish is never available? Call the restaurant now in front of my eyes." And so I did. "Hello, can you pack me some shahi paneer?" "Oh, it's not available." "Okay, then can you pack me one kadhai paneer?" "Thank you." And she would flung out of the room. After that, I made the real call to the restaurant and order my sumptuous kadhai paneer. I am guilty of some things that I've done to her. But then guilt is such a wasted emotion. Life goes on. Now, no. Before you judge me, listen to this. We once found ourselves in the middle of a physical fight and we were pulling at each other's hair. The tussle was that who will loosen the grip first. Our tresses were in the fist of the other and we slept like that. To my astonishment, when I woke up, I had a chunk of her hair in my hand. I took one look at her hair and the other look at her in a confused manner. And there came a choke slam and a punch. I lay there, dead and silent, just like the tiger, just like the deer in the hands of a tigress, waiting for the chance to run. So now you know, I'm as calm as water and she's as fiery as fire. But amongst these acrobatic aggressions, we did have close camaraderie. We were bonded by the common enemy. Anyone who tried to hurt us, Lord behold them. So this kid came over and he broke the head of my Barbie. Just when I was going to set him right, she ran towards him like the bull and smashed him against the wall. I ran towards him and blackmailed him before he started crying that if he shed a tear or made the slightest sound, we would beat him up red and blue. Saga hovered over his head to gauge the slightest movement. Why? Because his and our mum were sitting in the adjoining room. Now, if you're wondering that this is all that we did at the Aggarwal residence is to beat up people and bash up people, it's not really true. We have grown up into adults with a calmer depiction of affection and hate. We are bonded by the feeling of brotherhood. She is the twinkle in my eye, the chink in my armor, and yesterday's banter has become today's bliss. Banter, bliss. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gauri. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Gauri for that wonderful speech? Yeah, I would like to see your sister actually. Would you like to bring her to our meeting, next meeting? I would like to see her face and experience that. Okay, now let's move to our next speaker. Today, our next speaker's evaluator is Toastmaster Shehan Senadira. Toastmaster Shehan, can you confirm your presence? Toastmaster Shehan, are you there? Toastmaster Shehan is not here. Okay. Shehan is here, but he is not responding. We will go to the next speaker then. Today, our next speaker, speaker number 7. Her evaluator is Toastmaster Noor Mohammed. Toastmaster Noor, please confirm your presence.
Yes, madam. I'm here.
Thank you. Thank you. Today, our next speaker is a performance-driven and result-oriented soft skill coach with a vision to empower professionals and unleash their potential. Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Toastmaster Jaspreet, please confirm your presence also.
Yeah, I'm there.
Thank you. Today, Toastmaster Jaspreet is attempting her presentation mastery level 2 project 2, and project name is Effective Body Language. The project has one objective. It is for the member to deliver speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well as to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses nonverbal communication when delivering a speech. Timer, please note that the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Why do I need this? Why do I need this? Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur.
My friend Sonia told me, Jaspreet, I want you to take up one task for me. You deal with youngsters all the time doing trainings and all. My teenagers are there. You have to deal with them. Yes, Sonia, tell me anything for you. So you have to tell them the importance of cooking. Whenever I tell them, I don't want them to become chefs. Whenever I tell them to prepare something for at least themselves, there's a friction that happens. It ends on a fight. I'm not able to convince them about anything. My response was, Sonia, your kids, how can I tell them about this? I don't know. I've told you, you have to take care. Now, and another thing she told me was, I have told you, I know it will be done. Big responsibility on my shoulders. What she had done was, and she knew that very well, what she had done was she had planted a seed over here. That spark was there. It kept on hovering in my mind for a day or two. And the third day, it was as if a bulb had lit up in my mind. Actually, what happened was I was going through a training, and over there we came up with these 4 stages of learning a new skill. And suddenly I could connect. These children, Sonia's children, were at the first level, that was unconscious incompetence. They were not even aware why the skill is required. What is the importance? And that made me ponder, do my kids know? They are also teenagers, just 1 or 2 years apart. They also don't know. And for that matter, many kids all around, barring a few exceptions. So I immediately called up Sonia. Sonia, send them tomorrow at this time with a notepad and a pen. Rest, I will take care. I had made a plan. Now, all 4 children sitting in front of me, and I told them that, I have to submit a questionnaire where I need their genuine viewpoint about certain things. So they should tell me what they feel like. And random questions I asked about life skills, and I hit the bullseye, which was asking about cooking as a life skill. What do you think about it? Give me individual inputs. And they were like, Auntie, is cooking even a life skill? Is it even required? My answer was, dear, we need food to eat. So mom is there, maids are there. Why do we need to cook? I told them, let me give you a situation. Supposing parents go out for a day and that extends to 3-4 days, so they couldn't prepare anything. And the maid is on leave during that time. What will you do? Oh, that's the best time. We'll, order Swiggy, Zomato, this and that we'll do. Any kid would do that. And my next question was 3-4 days, breakfast, lunch, dinner, in between snacks, everything. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll call for Maggie, as if Maggie is a healthy thing for them. But that is what they thought. So I told them, now, dear, come back and think what I asked you. Your parents went, your grandparents are there with you. They will not eat that junk for 3 days, not even for 1 day. They are on medication. They cannot. I looked at their faces. They were like, oh, Auntie, you've made us look at the situation from a different angle altogether. Now we need to think. I knew the spark had started. I did not want it to fizz out. I immediately picked it up and took it to another level. I said, 3 or 4 years from today, you'll be going out for your higher studies. So if you are in India, still you may get some cooks or something, but you people plan to go abroad. Will your mom, or I asked my kids, will I pack a cook in your bag and send it abroad along with you? No, I'm not a queen who will send a huge group of servants. No, we cannot. So you'll order. What a bomb it will be by the end of the year. Every day you'll order. Second, what is the nutritive value going inside you? And I could see, and they were suddenly perturbed, as if, they were like, it's time is rushing out of their hands. That is what I wanted. Now they were like, what to do? And just now, the way Dhwani was saying, similarly, it happened over here. Any big thing you want to start, it starts with a WhatsApp group. So we made a WhatsApp group, 4 kids and myself. And I said, I'll just keep on putting certain things over there, a recipe or 2. So start with a cup of tea, go home, get it, make it, and then small little things. And the best part was over there, Sonia, her kids were doing here, my kids were doing for me. So my husband and I, there were occasions we got a cup of tea ready with a few snacks and all that. So that kept started going on. Sonia called me. She said, what an amazing thing you've done. One, they want to cook. Second, the faces, the happiness that is radiating over there after accomplishing the task, and we praising them. So this is, I said, okay, fine, let it be. Let's continue very steadily over here, because I wanted them to move on. So from unconscious competence, we had moved to conscious competence when they wanted, and now they were that was conscious incompetence. Now from there, they had moved to conscious competence, where guided form they were taking and they were able to do it. I wanted them to go from there to that level of mastery where it becomes unconscious competence, that they know little bit salt here or little bit sugar here will add on charm to the dish. So Sonia also understood. She remained away because she knew the process had started. She did not want to disrupt the flow. So this kept on continuing. The best part happened when Sonia's birthday came and the kids wanted to make a surprise cake for her, just like it had been brought from the market. They called me. I said, come, my kitchen is there for you as the laboratory. They came, the sponge, the cream, the icing, everything. And there were pitfalls, but I was there to take care of. You can very well imagine the happiness of Sonia. That was probably the best birthday gift that she had ever got. Along with that was the clicks that had taken when the procedure was going on. So she was the happiest soul, and kids were happy because they were getting all the adulation. And today the situation is they can manage even if a dinner is there, we can rely on them to a certain extent, that if we are busy, certain things will be kept ready. And the best part is today, when in a friend's group or a relatives group, this topic starts, before we speak, these children, they are the brand ambassador to this cause, where they try to negotiate their way out, telling the youngsters that yes, cooking also is a very, very important life skill, rather the most important one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Jaspreet for that great speech? And yeah, cooking also most wanted skill, because one day if we are going to be alone at home, we have to know that how to cook. It is not differentiate from boy or girl. We have to learn. Then only we can survive in this world. Otherwise, we have to die with hunger. Thank you, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for that wonderful message. And shall we move to our next speaker? Toastmaster Shehan Senadira, can you please confirm your presence?
Hello, Toastmaster Sudharma. Am I clear?
Yeah, we can hear you. Thank you.
Okay.
Our next speaker is a go with flow and joyful person. She always been a people person, so enjoying her face as an HR and image and soft skill trainer. Toastmaster Yogita Upadhyay. Today, she is attempting her dynamic leadership path level 2 project 1. Project name is Understanding Your Leadership Style. There are 2 project objectives. The purpose of this project is for the member to identify his or her primary leadership style or styles. Second one, the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her primary leadership style or discuss leadership styles in general. Timer, please note that the time is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Yogita Upadhyay. Mistakes and redemptions. Mistakes and redemptions. Toastmaster Yogita Upadhyay.
Who among you wants to be a leader? Well. I can see many eyes rolling up wondering who would not. That's good for you. Me? I didn't want to be a leader. I'm just a person who goes with the flow. Everyone's problems will be your problems. Everyone's issues will be your issues. So, why would I want to be a leader? That's what I thought when my boss at my old job had asked me to be his point of contact or his second in command. He wanted me to step up. I will never forget what he said when I explained him. Sir, I don't think I will do justice to this. I don't want it, and I am not ready. He said, no one is ready. So be the leader you want to be and you can be. I'm here to guide you. Besides, whether you like it or not, you will have to step up the corporate ladder eventually. I realized he had more faith in my abilities than I had in myself. You know, the irony was that both of us knew what was the exact problem. There was a fear within, which he, as a good leader, wanted me to overcome, and I, as a procrastinator, was too lazy to work on that. Yes, he was right. I learned how to perform well. Our team expanded, I won Employee of the Year, and I was promoted to the HR manager. I was very happy. I was on a high horse. I thought I had it all figured it out. I was doing very well, and there is nothing that can stop me now. But there comes a very big mistake that I had occurred. The worst mistake a leader could ever do. A few months after my promotion, I went on a 1-week vacation. And when I came back, all I read was madness and frustration from the clients. And he was a top-notch client. They had a request for recruitment team that we couldn't deliver because they did not meet the standards. I was devastated. I had no one to blame but myself. As they say, a great leader takes more than his share of the blame and takes less than his share of the credit. In my case, I was the face of the team. Nobody knew the communication cycle as I never involved my team. My only confidant, my second in command, he had a sudden medical emergency and was not available for a couple of days either. You see, destiny always throws challenges in the ways of those who are not prepared to take them, but it throws them to make the best versions of themselves. Why didn't I ever think of repercussions or a situation like that could arise? We almost ended up losing that client. I pondered and pondered that what could have stopped it. I realized if only the recruiter was in the loop of in the client communication email, maybe it wasn't that bad. He could have handled it to some extent. If only. I started thinking I am not good enough. I had been selfish because when I got the promotion, I focused on making my team to do the specific functions, not involving them in everything. I focused more on assigning tasks, providing feedback, creative direction, checking the stats and functionality of the departments, and talking to the clients was only my forte. That's what I believed. The main task of handling clients was my foremost priority. That's what I realized later. Now, what's done cannot be undone. At that time, I did not want to lose my clients. I discussed it with my team, and we collectively decided to add an additional round. I had already realized what went wrong. What I did was now, every time my team gave me out their best candidates, I would tell them, it's great. And I would ask them to align a virtual round with me before sharing it ahead. It doubled the efforts, but the results were worth it. I added the specific recruiter as well in the loop of emails as it went to the client for further evaluation. It not only helped me, but also helped them to understand how the communication cycle goes up with the vendors and the clients and what are their expectations. You see, I never understood what leadership really is until I made that mistake. The only person I wanted to be good and better was myself, no one else. Nevertheless, the issue with my client resolved. I talked to them, fixed it, fixed my leadership style, and we are all moving forward. There are many leadership styles that you all must have heard of from Google or books. Dynamic, innovative, democratic, autocratic, etc., etc. My leadership style, I realized, is like a blend of strategic and situational approaches. I learned that leadership is like being a teacher and a parent. You teach a child, you guide them, they learn from you, and they become better and better until they learn to do things on their own. You give them motivation and teach them independence. And sooner or later, they will become leaders, teachers, or parents, whatsoever they want to be. You don't put a child in the walker for the rest of his life because he will never learn how to walk. I am not just a leader. I am a parent and a teacher. That is what my leadership style is. With that, I'm going to leave you with a quote from the Black Panther, which I have borrowed. King T'Chaka said, "A father who has not prepared his son for the death has failed as a father." And in my case, a leader who has not prepared his team for their absence has failed as a leader. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yogita. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Yogita for great speech? Yes, leader should prepare his or her team to do act when he is absent also. I got that lesson from my former boss, Mr. Chandasiri. Yeah, the boss should not be shy when he is not available. The colleagues or followers should have ability to implement the plan without the leader. Yeah, I reminded that. Toastmaster Yogita, thank you for the message. Now, shall we move to our next speaker? Today, our next speaker's evaluator is Toastmaster Punith C. Toastmaster Punith, please confirm your presence.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Our next speaker is from the Millennium Toastmasters Club and is a global industry analyst by profession. She enjoys reading and reviewing books as well as coaching others. Toastmaster Promodhya Abeysekara. Today, Toastmaster Promodhya is attempting her effective coaching path level 2 project 2. Project name is Understanding Your Communication Style. There are 2 project objectives. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. Second one, the purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Timer, please note that the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Promodhya Abeysekara. All of me, Toastmaster Promodhya Abeysekara.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Toastmasters, have you ever done some online test to figure out a certain style of leadership or style of communication or your personality type? And when the results came in, you looked at it and said, well, I think this side is broken. That is what I felt when I first saw the results of my communication style test we had on our Pathways site. Because I scored equally for all 4 communication styles. Can it be? I realized, yes, it can be. Because that is all of me. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters. Let me tell you how I got to this full self. As a kid, I was more involved in sports. Being involved in sports also meant that I had to be very direct when I spoke, and my communication needed to be very succinct. I didn't have time to explain why I'm going to do something on the ground. I just had to quickly say what I'm going to do and get to it. As a result, I employed this style of communication to the rest of my life. To all my friends, to all my family, I just spoke direct. I was as sharp as a knife when I told things to people. What it also did was, it slowly took out people from my life. When I finished my school, I realized I had lost all of my friends except for one. When I entered my university, one of the first things that my mother said was, Kushi, because that's what they called me, Kushi. Make sure that you speak to people more and make more friends. That's how we progress in life. Of course, like every other child, I did not want to believe my mother. Speaking directly had worked for me so far, and I wanted to continue. After my first year in university, I realized this was not going to work. I needed to be more social. So I decided to be someone who is more initiative. I went and spoke to everyone. I laughed. I said funny stories. I made a clown out of myself. Until one day, when I had left a meeting with my friends, had gone out, but had to return back. And as I came close to the door, I hear them say, oh, thank God she's gone. It was like it was raining and the rain just. I was broken. I went from someone who was
silent and direct, to someone who's fun and initiative, just to be told, I'm just too much to bear. I'm sure you have also met someone like that in your life. I went to that one friend who had been there for me during my school life and who was still there with me. I asked her, why is this happening to me? Why can't I connect with people? She told me, you do realize you don't listen to people. You just, and it hit me. It was true. I wasn't spending time to listen. I was just speaking. I tried my best. I did everything I can do to listen. So much so, when all of you probably joined Toastmasters to get rid of your fear of public speaking, I joined for ulterior motive. My motive for joining Toastmasters was to be a better communicator so that people liked me more. It was until last year I hadn't developed my communication style from being direct to initiative to further. Until last year, one of my best friends passed away. And I was the only one who was there to talk. And people came to me and poured out their hearts. I sat there, I listened to them, and I talked to them supportively. I offered my advice when it was needed, but I put it in a logical manner so that they could understand, so that I could slowly relieve their pain. I listened to whatever they had to say and formulated a way with them so that they can move out of that pain. I realized I have gone from a direct communicator to an initiative communicator to a supportive and analytical. I have unleashed my full self. Toastmasters, we as human beings face a dilemma every day. We always want to define ourselves. We always want to say, I am this person. I'm this type of a leader. I'm this type of a communicator. Yet, as human beings, as social beings, the only way for us to progress is if we act like water. Wherever we are poured, we take the shape of the vessel. Similarly, I have learned when we show ourselves as a certain type of leader, a certain type of communicator, we are only showing half of our face. And when we stop being that and when we start adapting, that's when you'll see the whole of it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Promodhya. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Promodhya? Yes, I also agree with you. I am also a direct communicator. I am also trying to be that kind of initiative listener. Yeah, I think I am halfway. Thank you for the reminder. Now let's move to our next speaker. Today, our next speaker's evaluator is Distinguished Toastmaster Iona Rodriguez. Distinguished Toastmaster Iona, please confirm your presence.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Iona. Today, our next speaker has played several leadership roles in Fortune 500 companies, startups, and non-profits. He is building his own edutech startup, Active, which he founded in June 2020. He is the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club and vice president education of Gabbys Toastmasters Club. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Today, Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav is attempting his innovative planning path level 1, project 1, speech 1. Project name is High Performance Leadership. There are 2 project objectives. First one, project is for the member to apply his or her leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. Second objective, The purpose of the first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and vision. Timer, please note that the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Tuckman's Tapestry. Tuckman's Tapestry. Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta.
How many of you have heard about this American psychologist, Bruce Tuckman? No? No one. Let us quickly change gears and talk about something else. You were supposed to put this up agenda by 10 a.m. in the morning. It's already 10:30. But the details have not been put by the SA on the Trello board. See, I have already put it yesterday night. I did not put on Trello, but I've sent you a personal message. Hello. The speakers are not even responding. If Gauri's story about sibling rivalry was interesting, here's my story about the XCOM catfights. The lines that I talked about are not imaginary, not hypothetical, not imaginative. These are real conversations which happened within the XCOM between officers. What's more difficult than running 3 clubs, 3 meetings for 3 clubs every week? Having an XCOM of 21 officers, 18 of them being unique officers because there are a few officers playing double roles, multiple XCOM roles. Now imagine an XCOM like this, which is immensely talented, dedicated, has the right intent, the right level of accountability and ownership. But the problem is that each of them have their own style of working. Each of them bring in plethora of experience, knowledge, skill, but we need to come together and we have very less time. I have been in various leadership roles in global corporations. And from my experience, I have seen that 6 months is a minimum that you give to any manager in any team to develop a rapport with that team. Another 6 months to develop a rapport with the rest of the managers. Anyone here who has been leading a team would probably agree with me on this. That is the time that we give in terms of Tuckman's 4 stages of team development, from forming to storming to norming. So forming, when the team is formed, storming, when they have these kind of conversations, and norming, when things start settling down. You know you need to send the agenda by 10. You know you need to put the details up on Trello. You know you need to give all the feedback together in one single message. You know you will not give multiple feedbacks. You know that you will not hold on to giving your feedback for 2 hours and 3 hours. All of those things will be set as a baseline, and it takes time. In any global organization, including Fortune 500 companies, it takes almost a year to set that baseline. And here, our XCOM has only 6 months, not to set the baseline, but to deliver and move on, let the next set of officers come in. 6 months is all that we have to put the house in order. Set up the house, put things in place, define the rules, perform, make the club a distinguished club, open 1 more club if possible, add 100 members, get 100 education awards on the board, and 6 months is all that we have. How is it possible? It is possible, and that is possible only when you have got the right set of leaders, and we have the right set of leaders. Now, to put these right set of leaders into this entire tapestry and make them things get sorted out, help them get things sorted out, I have formed a guidance committee which is helping me from the day 1 when we formed this XCOM. The guidance committee, both of the members are there in this meeting today. One is Distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy. He is the president of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club, and Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, the president of the Gabbys Toastmasters Club. So the 3 of us are together working to set the house in order, define roles, take specific ownership of specific areas and drive that. So the plan is like this. If you look at any Toastmaster club, there are three main areas that we look at. One, excellence in meetings and education. What happens in the meeting, what happens outside the meeting, connected to what happens in the meeting. Second, membership. What happens in the meeting drives membership, but that alone does not drive membership. So there has to be a separate initiative taken for membership. And third, operations and finance. The lifeline of any club is the way we run the operations part. How well the room meetings are planned, how well we are taking care of the finances. The plan here is to have each of us take a distinct ownership of one of these areas. So while I am taking care of the education, the excellence, the meeting qualities, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goyal is leading this entire piece about membership, and distinguished Toastmaster Nagesh Ramamurthy is leading this entire piece about operations and finance. How frequently we meet? Almost every day, to be honest, because we keep on having our conversations on WhatsApp. There's not a single day that we three of us have not connected, sometimes multiple times a day. People are changing their sleep patterns. People are changing their daily habits to suit each other within the guidance committee. Nancy is a late riser. Nagesh is an early riser. Now both Nancy and Nagesh are late risers and early risers, depending on what suits us. So that's how we are working together, trying to put the house in order. Because one thing we know, that with this bunch of people, with these 18 officers that we have playing this 21 officers role, success is a given. There is nothing that can stop us. What's happening right now is an extremely exciting phase of our journey, where we are trying to go from the storming to the norming. We are discovering each other's strengths. We are appreciating each other's strengths. And we are also appreciating each other's areas of opportunity. We now know that this particular individual can do this well, but needs help in this. And that is what is setting the ground for the norming. One of the tests we did yesterday, is this working or not? And the test was, can we have the officers, the minimum number of 4 officers from each club attend the TLI training yesterday, the club officers training. And we had 15 officers joining the training yesterday, 15 officers from 3 clubs. And with this, all the 3 clubs have got that last DCP point that we need, the 10th DCP point. So the initial stages, the plan is working. Whether the plan is working well or not, we will know more during the renewal cycle, because that is the first acid test about where we are and where we want to be. And we know that success is a given, provided we herd the cats the way we are doing it now and continue to do it. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Shall we have a big round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Sourav? Yes, I totally agree with you. Your guidance makes us very proactive, and I am also early to bed, early to rise, and now I am also reversing that late to bed and early to rise. Thank you. And I am waiting to do more and with your all guidance. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Shall we next move to our next speaker? Today, our next speaker, evaluator is Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi H. Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, please confirm your presence.
Yeah, I am here.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi. Today, our next speaker is hailing from Hyderabad. He has MSc in Psychology and Bachelor's degree in Special Education. He is a retired principal from state government. Toastmaster Atul Chandra Srivastava. Today, he is attempting his leadership development part, level 2, project 1. Project name is Managing Time. The purpose of the project is for the member to observe his or her time management patterns. Timer, please note that the time duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Atul Chandra Srivastava. From panic to purpose, embracing the gift of time. From panic to purpose, embracing the gift of time. Toastmaster Atul Chandra Srivastava.
from panic to purpose, embracing the gift of time given by God. My exams were near to happen in just a week's time, and I was in full panic mode. I was searching for my notes. I was contacting lecturers to have a glimpse of expected questions which are going to come in the examination, seriously referring to my notes, and all these notes were just like bundle of nonsense scribblings, unreadable, and my mind was showing all signs of going blank on lectures which I had attended previously. It was terrible, and I was experiencing short breath and intense heartbeat pumping blood across all my body. I knew that I am once again in the hot soup of facing all the stress and storms of meeting the last minute exam deadline. I was under pressure and I was trying to do everything. But it is rightly said that when all the doors are shut for you, God opens a window for all those who are under distress. And I am the same. And the same is true also for me. At last, I found myself standing before the Almighty God in a temple with hands tightly folded, maintaining the highest level of spirituality and seriousness, daydreaming that miracle will happen this time too. And to my surprise, God appeared before me. And with a smile, he said, "Welcome, dear. I know you well, and I was expecting you here today." I was trembling and meekly murmuring, "Do you know me?" God said, "Yes, I know you well. You are the same guy who become very good just one day before any examination. And you come before me praying for a miracle to happen. And you are continuously doing this since last 10 years without any break. And this is your last chance I'm giving you." God said, your parents have lots of expectations about your bright future. And you're busy gossiping the whole year, enjoying festivals with great pomps and shows, busy visiting all the electronic and social media platform on your mobile and computer, chatting with your friends, and filling your brain with every stuff you like, unlike, or argue. You have never realized the value of time, and this is the last chance. So be serious. I have blessed you with a precious time. It is perishable and it cannot be stored for later use. It looks like time is under your control, but it is not. It passes fast when you're doing some very enjoying activity and slow when you're doing some boring work. And you have to learn to manage your time because it is the most valuable, resourceful things which I had given you. You have to know where your hours, your minutes, your seconds are going. There are lots of deviations in this competitive world, and you have to do multitasking. And you have been given a meticulous brain to set your priorities. Success is 360 degrees around you, and you had to make a schedule, time for important issues, and avoid procrastination, stress, and last-minute panic. You are born with a purpose and hidden potential and uniqueness. You have dreams and the dreams need to be converted into vision, and the vision needs to be converted into goals with the right frame of mind, with smart implementation through planning, because failing to plan is planning to fail. Time teaches you that you use your resources in a very responsible manner, and in return, it will give you pride and respect in the society. So value your time and be successful. And I was dumbstruck. God disappeared. God disappeared. He gave me the last chance of miracle. I heard my mother shouting, Atul, 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 wake up. Today is your exam and you will be late. I hurriedly got up, smiling and appreciating the dream sequence which I saw, which has given me a very valuable lesson for my life, that if I wanted to be successful, I must learn to use and manage my time judiciously.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Shall we have big round of applause to Toastmaster Atul? Yeah, time is a gift by God. Save it and use it more valuable. Thank you for the message. Now, this is the end of prepared speech section. I would like to know, Toastmaster Sadil, our time. Please let us know, are there any disqualifications in prepared speech?
I'm very happy to say that.
Toastmaster Sadil, are there any disqualifications?
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Please,
I'm very happy
please
to say
repeat
that
it.
there are no disqualification in any one of those speeches. So every speech is good.
Okay. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sadil. So, Master, can we launch the poll for prepared speeches now?
Actually, I'm trying to edit the poll. Can you give me some time? How about we do it later?
We'll do it after the break.
We will do at the end. Yeah, after the break.
After the break, we'll do
Now
it with the evaluation.
Okay. Now it's time 11:27. We will meet after break 11:32. We will have 5 minutes break. We will come back 11:32. Thank you. Welcome back, Toastmasters. Now let's do the polling for prepared speech. So, Master, please launch the poll for prepared speech. Yeah. You can see the poll. Please vote for the poll. Okay. While polling is going on, we will move to prepared speech evaluation section. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Mamata. Toastmaster Mamata, please confirm your presence.
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you. Today, our first evaluator, she is a software developer at HCL Software Bangalore. Her hobbies are traveling and clicking lots of Instagrammable photos. Toastmaster Mamata Singh. She will be evaluating speaker Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak. Toastmaster Mamata, over to you.
Can we spotlight the speaker also?
Yes.
Thank you. Toastmaster Sanjeet, first of all, congratulations for delivering a fantastic speech and completing your level 1 in dynamic leadership. Now coming to your speech, managing your emotions in the Toastmasters. Well, I must say that you chose the right topic, right content in front of the right audience. We all are Toastmasters here, and we all have gone through such situations. The personal story which you said, your conversation with a god in the TTM round, and you actually participated in the TTM round and came out as more confident and a better speaker. So that is something we all have gone through, and not just the TTM round, even the timer round, speech round, our counter, general evaluator, TMOD, everything. Every role in the Gabbys is very difficult, and whatever the stories you narrated there, I can completely connect and resonate with all those things. Now, coming to the objective of your speech, you have an engaging topic and with a clarity, but I observed that there was the missed opportunity to leverage vocal variety and more with the body language. Because body language becomes very crucial because your objective is asking you to play more around with the body language. If it could have like engaging humor, research anything, write anything, and represent, we can give less weightage to the body language. But your objective itself is asking you to play around the body language, and in the body language there are a lot of things: hand gestures, palm movement, your eye contact, how you're using your standing area, your vocal variety. In vocal variety, pitch, pace, tone, everything. I hope you are aware of all those things. So it's become very crucial for you to incorporate and use all those things as much as possible in your speech. So that was a missing part. Now, coming to the impact on us, you chose, as I said in the beginning, you chose the right topic to the right audience. But that is a good part, but that is also a bad part. We are not just the Toastmasters. We have different roles to play. We go out and deal with the director of our company. We go out and talk with the district magistrate of our city. So there also all those emotions come out, all those fearful emotions come out, not just in the TTM rut, same kind of emotions we feel there also. So if you could have used those examples also, that it's not limited to just the Toastmasters, just for the timer round or grammarian round, but you need to deal with all those things also in a bigger picture. So if you would have used all those things, I would have benefited more from your speech. Now coming to the point of recommendation, I consider you redoing the speech, because it's more of the body language, and just jumping to the next level will not help. You do more justice with your Toastmaster educations, with your practice, by redoing the speech. Overall, if I summarize, content-wise, it was engaging and clarity. Impact-wise, try to give more example of the outside world also. And point of recommendation, try redoing your speech. And I would love to see you a better and confident Toastmaster Sanjeet Nayak in the later future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamata. Shall we have a big round of applause, Toastmaster Mamata and speaker Sanjeet? Thank you. Next evaluator. Our next evaluator is She graduated in banking and finance from the, she aspires to be into policy making and bring change to society. She highly believes in big vision in life, helping others and raising her voice for others. She has always done this. Toastmaster Arushika Pandey. She will be evaluating the speaker Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita will watch this video. Toastmaster Arushika Pandey, over to you.
Thank you very much for the platform. Well, Buddha said, what you think you become. And that's how everything goes on. Because what you think, it comes in your mind, it frames in your mind, and it goes on. What an astounding and powerful message delivery. My target speaker. Changing the point of view will change the scenario. When you become optimistic in life, things change. Actually, everything changes. Fantastic message delivery here we have seen, and along with your charismatic facial expression of feeling motivated, and then you're also shocked and you're feeling frightened. That drastic changes in your facial expression had a key mark throughout your entire speech delivery. And the best part of your entire speech was strong message delivery, and that was powerful enough to all of us feel that being a 50-year-old and very classy and powerful, even if you don't have dollar, you can still make it. So that call for action, we all have felt that, yeah. And the power of thinking, being optimistic in life, the call for action. But there's something always in life which needs to be updated a bit so that you can go on and on to fly higher and higher. And cloud 19, as you've asked that, when was the last time you all felt that you were on top of the world? That way of questioning people and engaging was again and very catchy of your entire speech. What I would advise here, that incorporating the power of pauses. Pauses play an incredible role for every speaker, being a basic speaker, an advanced level speaker, or a TED Talk speaker, or any Toastmaster. Pauses play an incredible role. Why? Well, you mentioned that you were feeling frightened, and we all can view by seeing your face that yes, you're feeling frightened, and you don't have dollar, but still you make it. You travel via bus to see that Egyptian civilization 0.5 kilometer, that blue ribbon, right? Incorporate pause. Again, go and talk to people when you said that. Incorporate pause. At the end, when you concluded that you're feeling meaningless, you wanted to change it, you want to change the scenario, you want to live the world without using mobile phone. Again, call for action. Incorporate pause. Let people digest that, what you want to convey, right? And as per this project asked for, incorporating the previous feedback, that was to close the loop and conclusion. And what I can say is that you have actually met the demand. You just need to incorporate it and feel and have an alignment in your speech. That is, when you mentioned that you were feeling meaningless, so it came at the end of the story, at the end. So it felt something that you missed out in the story. So try to have an alignment or incorporate in the middle of story that, yeah, I was going to Egypt, and because why I was feeling meaningless, I want change, I had this courage to do this. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushika. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Arushika and speaker? I just remembered one speech contest I attended, same evaluation style you had with same contestant. I just remembered. Thank you for the evaluation, and let's move on to our next evaluator. Today, our next evaluator number 3. She graduated in banking and finance from the Institute of Bankers, Sri Lanka, and she has a master's in business administration from Cardiff Metropolitan University. Toastmaster Deepani Singh. Toastmaster Deepani will be evaluating Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. Toastmaster Deepani, over to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day. Toastmaster Dhwani Adesara. It was a wonderful speech which took me to my memories with my friends, especially when it comes to our classmates. They are the best bunch of girls that we have in our life. Even today, after so many years leaving school, those memories always linger in our heart. Therefore, Toastmaster Dhwani, you grab the audience by recollecting all those memories which you had. I noticed you had very good eye contact and your body gestures were remarkable to see. And the usage of good grammar. And when I went through your last evaluation, I noticed that you have done all those areas to improvements which you were asked to do. Dancing and enjoying with childhood memories and your carefree days, you related your personal story, grabbed the audience, and you delivered a strong message to the audience. What is it? We always start doing working. When I think about myself also, always my bosses and my colleagues, they ask me, Deepani, did you do this? Deepani, did you send that? Deepani, like this. Always people command and ask things for us to do. We always try to attend to those things and we do our best in our workplace. But we never think about ourselves. We never take a break. We always go and do things for others. So the message which you gave to love what you do and take a break is a great speech of yours. When it comes to areas to improve, I thought in your speech, if you could have a small dialogue between your friend Mega and you, it would have been more attractive. If you would have had more colors, if you had a dialogue, then the monotonous of your speech will be not visible. And with more vocal varieties and the dialogue and the vocal varieties would have been more colorful to your speech. In summation, I would say you had a great speech with body gestures and eye contact and good grammar. When it comes to areas to improve, add a dialogue to show more colorful to your speech. And congratulations on completing your level 1. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepani. Shall we have a big round of applause to our evaluator and speaker? Now let's move on to our next evaluation session. Our next evaluator is, she is a certified image consultant and soft skill trainer. By profession, her interest is in public speaking and leadership skills made her join Toastmasters. Toastmaster C. Lakshmi H. She will be evaluating speaker Toastmaster Atul Srivastava. Toastmaster C. Lakshmi, over to you.
Congratulations, my target speaker Atul, for delivering a successful speech. As soon as I got your topic, I got very curious. What kind of speech you are delivering? What kind of embracing the gift from beginning about life? This kind of I embrace the gift of time. I was expecting what kind of speech you are delivering. Then when you started the speech, it was a great great start. You explained about how you scribbled about how you are nervous about exams, how you wasted 1 year, this kind of things you are explaining. That when you explaining about this topic, one thing I noticed that it took me back to my school days, how I am struggled, wasted a year, and was struggled for during annual exam. That was the one thing I can connect with you. Now, coming to your speech, I felt you selected a fantastic topic for this particular project. I felt when you started with the speech, you told that you are preparing for exams. You should have explained about for which exams, what exams you have. If you had told it, it have been connected with the audience very, very well. It would have been more impactful. It would have been helped in connecting with the audience. Now, another recommendation is now we are in an online platform. We are attending meetings online, right? So I felt while delivering a speech, you are sitting. If you have stood up, it have been more impactful. It have been stood and looking into the camera. It have been more impactful. Not I am your letter. It helped me to connect more with you, and not only me, everyone who are hearing you have been connected. Will be help you in connecting more while delivering your speech. It's a great. It's another recommendation. No, another recommendation is I felt that while delivering your speech, you're looking at your notes, referring. So next time, one recommendation, please, before delivering speech, please rehearse for 2 to 3 times beforehand, so that while delivering speech, there is no need to if you rehearse before delivering speech for 2 to 3 times, there is no need to look into the paper note or anything. So it's another recommendation. Overall, it's a fantastic topic you have selected, which most of us resonates with, which help most of us, everyone in this room can connect with you very well, as we all of us struggle with exams. Overall, it's a great speech. And another recommendation, please. Next time, I felt that you should have been while ending your speech. I felt it should have been a little closer. Your body should have been a little bit strong. Your closure should have been a little bit strong. This is another recommendation. Overall, it's a fantastic topic you have selected. You did a fantastic job. Looking forward hearing your more speeches. Over to you, Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sri Lakshmi, and shall we have a big round of applause to our evaluator and speaker? Yeah, Toastmaster Atul. He didn't give up the speech slot today morning. He prepared the speech and delivered. Thank you, Toastmaster Atul, for that.
Thank you. Most welcome.
Not giving up morale. Yes. Thank you for attending.
And I also wanted all the Toastmasters, I wanted to convey my grateful thanks to encouraging me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul.
Yes.
That is the spirit of Toastmasters. You can do more speeches with this team support. Okay, now let's move on to our next evaluator and speaker. Today, our next evaluator is from Sri Lanka, and he is the current VP Education of Jaya Toastmasters Club and dual member of Nigambu Speakers Forum. It is not that. He is area winner of evaluation context area S3 district K2, which I was the contest chair. Toastmaster Daniel Vaz will be evaluating the speaker Toastmaster Gauri Aggarwal. Toastmaster Daniel, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma. And before I start, there's some issue with my computer's web camera, so I don't think I can be seen. I can't be seen, right?
Okay.
No, you
Yeah,
cannot.
we can't see you, but it's okay. You can deliver the evaluation.
Okay, sorry, this is one old piece of garbage. Now, Toastmasters today, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and especially my target speaker, Toastmaster Kaur. Have you ever fought in a war? Now, Toastmasters, this was a question she started out with and answered herself. And immediately after she asked this question from us, she went on to explain that, in fact, she is not a soldier, but she is a sibling. And when she told us the ups and downs of having a sibling where you have to constantly fight with them, I was reminded of the joys of being an only child. But when she also told us about how her sibling and she always had each other's backs, it also gave me a feeling of FOMO, or fear of missing out, when I heard the experiences that I could have shared with a sibling if I had one. And that, fellow Toastmaster, is what I found amazing about your speech, the absolute emotional roller coaster that you took us on with your speech. You've pulled at our heartstrings, Toastmaster Gauri, and that is a great strength that you had. And it's a great strength that I hope you continue to use when you are writing your speeches. Now, diving straight into the analytics of our speech, of your speech, there are two main sections when we focus on when we're evaluating a speech, which is the content and delivery. Let's focus on the delivery aspect of your speech. Now, the 5 P's of public speaking, which is pace, pronunciation, power, pitch, and pause. I felt that you had a good grasp on all 5 of these segments for the Toastmaster. The one area that I would recommend that you focus on is pitch, or to be more clear, is vocal variety. In terms of improvement, I'd say that you could use a little bit more vocal variety when it comes to certain grammatical statements that you're making. For example, when you were demonstrating a choke slam, she picked me up, flung me to the ground, or when that boy broke the head of your Barbie, she picked him up, slammed him against the wall. Those types of vocal variations adds a separate and distinctive layer of flavor to your speech, and it's something that that the entire audience will enjoy. Because again, this content and the organization of this speech is absolutely phenomenal for the Toastmaster, and those little bits of vocal variety will help elevate it to your elevate your speech to the next level. Case in point, today I saw Toastmaster Jaspreet, where she said when she was inviting her nephews and nieces to come and bake in her house, we have the eggs, the ice in the oven, and everything, right? It's not the eggs, the ice in the oven, and everything, right? It's where the eggs, the ice in the oven, and everything, right? It's an increasing crescendo where it's a good amount of vocal variation, right? Well, this is not the only way you could carry out vocal variation. It's a good example. And I saw that in her where she had used it quite well. Maybe it's something that you could work on for a Toastmaster. And when it comes to the content of your speech, I loved it. It was absolutely amazing. The wordplay, the stories that you had incorporated. If I would make a tiny recommendation, it was that majority of your stories were focused in your childhood era. If you would bring some stories of you and your sister as adults into the mix, it would be a bit more balanced, right? Not focused entirely on your child. Those are little bits of improvements that I could feel that I would feel if you incorporate it into your speech would be amazing for your next speech. So to summarize, I loved your delivery. To improve, let's try to incorporate a little bit more vocal variety, and let's try to fill out the rest of the speech, right? Because I noticed it was 6 minutes and 10 seconds. It would be better if you could expand the speech to at least 6 minutes and 45, or at least maybe like 7. Because again, this is speaking real estate, right? When it comes to competition, you want to make sure that you use this entire real estate, right? Because you're trying to convince an audience, you're trying to convince a panel of judges that you do in fact deserve to win. And to do so, you must use the entire speech real estate that you have been given. So it's a waste, right? Especially for speakers of your standard. That speech, again, I find myself repeating, it was an amazing speech. But I would love to have heard as much of it as possible, right? So let's try to extend the speech a little bit more. And in terms of purpose fulfillment, I feel that you have completed or achieved the project's purpose, which was to incorporate multiple stories into your speech when you are delivering. The 2 stories which I saw was your sister slamming someone into a wall and you ordering the wrong type of dessert, right? So I feel that you have passed you have met the purpose of this project. And I would now like to encourage you to continue on with Toastmasters and hand back control to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Daniel. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Daniel and speaker Toastmaster Gauri. Our next evaluator and speaker. Our next evaluator is Karan, Vice President Membership of Nigam Toastmasters Club, Sri Lanka, and Quality Management Executive in a leading international electronic manufacturing company. Toastmaster Shehan Senadida. Toastmaster Shehan will be evaluating Toastmaster Yogita's speech. Toastmaster Shehan, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma, for that wonderful introduction. So can I have my target speaker also in the screen? Hello, Toastmaster Yogita. Thank you for that wonderful speech, giving a message to all of us, and you did it very well. So I would like to congratulate for that wonderful presentation. Mistakes and redemption. It was a nice topic we all have to think about in our life. So when it comes to a project, your purpose of the project was to identify your primary leadership style. So you had to go through a series of questions and a series of conversations during the projects. So I see that you have done it wonderful and successful level. So that was a plus point I could see during the speech. This purpose of the speech was to share the aspects of your primary leadership style which you have identified. So you shared it very well with us with your own experiences. That was the plus point I have seen during the speech, because you have taken us during your journey, as friends. When it comes to some improvement points, in your project specification, there are certain things we have to evaluate as evaluators. I think you have read it very well. The clarity of your voice, vocal variety, and eye contact are some key qualities you have to concern that. As far as I understood that you are very little bit closer to your screen, since this is an online environment. You are very closer to the screen, so the space you have to make your body movements and hand gestures, everything is very limited because you are very closer to the screen. So I would suggest to do the next speech in a standing position. That means use your camera in your level of eye level and stand in a little bit away from your camera, and then you have more space rather than sitting in front of a camera. So try to do that. Then you have to use your voice a little bit with a little bit higher volume, and you have to be very clear about your voice, and your eye contact also should go to the camera, because I time to time noticed that you were looking above the screen, you are looking above the camera. So that will also be eliminated if you do the next speech with standing position. So with all of that, one more point, your comfort level. It was a very good to see that you, even though you are sitting in front of the camera, you are very comfortable with your subject matter and the speech. So you conveyed it very well with us. All in all, I would like to say that you successfully completed the project, and wish you all the best for your next project and the journey of Toastmasters. Let your regrets, mistakes become your sails, not your anchors. Wish you all the best. Over to you,
Thank you,
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster Shehan. Shall we have a big round of applause? Yeah. Shall we have a big round of applause to our Toastmaster Shehan and Toastmaster Yogita? Our next evaluator. Today, our next evaluator is, he has been a Toastmaster since 2013, almost 11 years. And he is a well-experienced evaluator. And also, he is always a very supportive Toastmaster and down-to-earth person. Toastmaster Noor Mohammed. Toastmaster Noor will be evaluating speaker Toastmaster Jaspreet. Toastmaster Noor, over to you.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. A very good morning to you all. Toastmaster Jaspreet, I'm convinced that you're a person who gets things done. I'm impressed with the exuberant, expressive, and an energetic animated speech I witnessed today. Now, I like the way how you started your speech. It started with the scene where your friend called you to give you a task of convincing her kids the importance of cooking. Now, that set the context for your speech. Excellently done, Toastmasters. I loved how seamlessly you moved into the body as it was an extension of the opening itself. Now, from unconscious incompetence to conscious competence, you narrated stories where I could imagine vividly what was happening. Your gestures were authentic and expressive. Your hands, especially, were mimicking your words. Now, I could see how animated they were when you touched the temple of your head to express the planting of the seed in your head. And when the parents were gone, your hands expressed the directional gesture. Similarly, I noted how you used your hands to show comparison, the contrast, importance, urgency, and awe. Now, not just your hands, your face lit up when you enacted the expression of the childlike excitement when the kid said, "Oh, we will order from Swiggy," or when you expressed that disbelief as surprise. "Auntie, is cooking even a life skill?" Now, you had good eye contact, an excellent rate of speech, which commanded the attention of the audience while you projected as an authority on the subject of cooking and training. Now, I felt you are a born natural speaker who knows how to express what's on her mind. A wise person once said, "There is always room for ascension." I would humbly express my observations, which might help you ascend in effective communication. Number one, your face is an integral part of your communication. The more animated it is, the more people are drawn towards you and your message. You had a serious disposition and an occasional smile during your speech. Now, I would recommend you practice in front of a mirror, emulating different emotions using facial expressions, different types of. Now, it is a challenge for you as you seem to be of a serious proclivity. Now, number two, I wanted to see your whole body gestures. The moment also, as this is a body language related speech. Now, if you could position yourself a bit away from the camera, it would be amazing. You can then use the whole face to convey with purposeful movements, your dramatic expressions. It would be more communicative by nature. Number three is emphatic conclusion is a must. You had a great speech, and I thought it sizzled down at the very end with a "thank you very much." Always conclude strongly and emphatically. Overall, Toastmaster Jaspreet, I believe you are a great natural speaker who can communicate effectively and authentically, not just by words, but also by leveraging excellent body language. I'm sure you will ascend as I can read between the lines your passion for growth. I wish you only the best, man. Back to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you,
so much,
Toastmaster
ma'am.
Noor. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Noor and Toastmaster Jaspreet? Our next evaluator. Please meet an avid non-fiction book enthusiast, a dedicated practitioner of David Allen's Getting Things Done method, Toastmaster Punith C. Toastmaster Punith will be evaluating Toastmaster Promodhya Abeysekara. Toastmaster Punith, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sudharma. The purpose of the speech is to understand different communication styles and talk about your preferred communication style and share how it impacts others. Overall, considering your speech, the beautiful art put in writing your speech. There is no doubt at all. Now, I covered the two sections. The first is what I liked in your speech. The second one, the few suggestions. In the first section, what I liked in your speech, I like the hook that you added at the beginning. You said you got 4 equal scores in 4 different communication styles. I was hooked because I can relate to that. I done this project. I can relate to that. I was very curious. How is it possible? Then you started giving a reason for each. You added a story for each and every communication styles, and it was an apt. It was apt story. App story you added to each reason, each communication styles. And in the way I like the connectors that you use, especially when you move from direct communication styles to initiative communication style. The hook that you bring in a problem, and from the problem you started talking about the initiative communication style. I like that part. The second, there are a lot of interesting parts included in your speech. What I liked in among those is the Toastmaster. Everyone joins Toastmasters to improve the public communication, public skill, public speaking skills, and you joined Toastmasters to improve listening skills. That was quite interesting. Then the message that you added at the end, it was a kind of a poetic one. I love that the message. Then there were the good usage of words, uh, sharp like knife, unleashed, and overall the good informative speech that presented with clarity. Now, when it comes to the area of improvement, actually, it is my suggestion. The first one, you could have added the more hooks just by changing the sequence. Uh, Example, you joined Toastmasters to improve the listening skills. You added at the end. Could you bring at the beginning, saying, "Do you know how to? Why did I join Toastmasters? Not to improve my public speaking skill. Here is that." Then you start a story. Then you add. You link that hook. Then you decided to share the four different communication style. When you took 5 minutes to cover two communication styles. I don't think so you got a time to cover other two communication styles, because there was not much time left. And I think you're talking about analytical and supportive communication style, where there's someone expired, where you console him. Here you mentioned what you did. You didn't mention how it happened. It is quite challenging, right? Moving from one communications to another communications. I wanted to know that. Probably you can decide. Okay, this is a 5 to 7 minute speech. You can decide to give one. Decide to take either two, or you have to plan to cover a four communication style. Then when it comes to another area of improvement is the relatable. When you started with a question, saying, how many of you taken the test? Okay, I have taken the test. I can relate to that. What about the other type of audience who is not even aware of the communication styles? How do you cover that? You can do this by generalizing the topic, saying, "Do you know we have four different communication styles?" Like that way, you could have covered that. Overall, I understood the different communication styles, and especially the direct and initiative part. And you presented a message well. And thank you. And I wish you all the best. And I would like to see you giving speeches in Gabbys, some other club. And thank you. And over to Toastmaster of the day, Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Punith. Shall we have a big round of applause to Toastmaster Punith and Toastmaster Promodhya? Our last evaluator of today's speech marathon. She is all the way from Canada, and she is a double DTM and the past district director of District 123. And she is Distinguished Toastmaster Iona Rodriguez. Distinguished Toastmaster Iona will be evaluating Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta's speak. Distinguished Toastmaster Iona, over to you.
Thank you very much for that introduction, Sudharma. Congratulations, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta, on your speech entitled Tuckman's Tapestry. As your speech evaluator, I will share my impression of your speech as I heard and saw and felt it in the areas of your content, delivery, and language. I apologize, my camera is off. I will share my feedback and hope that you will consider your future speeches to make them even more impactful. Number one, I believe that you met your objectives as you shared your plan and your vision to distinction by working with a huge team and a guidance committee. I believe that your strengths are, I love the opening. How many of you have heard of the American psychologist Bruce Tuckman? You paused, you waited. No answer. Okay, let's change direction, and that interjected humor. I laughed. And I love that. And then you started with stories of your ex-com in a cat fight. I love your confidence in your ability to get to the heart of the matter with a very storytelling and a narrative style. You included the names of your team, and I think each one of us, as listening to you, related to it. And I loved your guidance committee as well. You used stats, 21 officers, 18 with dual roles, and that is your strength. Your content was superb as you are very, very enthusiastic and earnest and very authentic. And you speak with a lot of convention, and you included the audience with questions relating names, etc. It was so much fun listening to hear you speak, and I love your command of the language with the superb. What can I say to you, Sourav, to take your speech to the next level? And may I dare suggest, number one, it would be on your body language. The use of steeple hands, it indicates a lot of confidence, which you do have. However, may I suggest that you use an open hand gesture instead. And number two, the camera is a very tiny place. So the position that you were on was one specific place. So perhaps use a storytelling style and use forward, back, side, step back. It would add a little bit of impact, because what happens is it's a very stoic presence. And I believe that that would add more impact to your next speech. In summary, your strengths clearly are that you met your objectives. I love your confidence, your ability to get to the heart of the matter with a very fascinating narrative style. I love the use of your stats and figures and the ability to include the audience. And your authenticity and originality comes right through, and I enjoyed this very much. Thank you for a superb speech that I enjoyed very much. And the greatest impact it had on me was a united team can achieve much, even with catfights, and that these are not imaginary, they're not hypothetical, and have real conversations while going to new heights. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Iona. Shall we have a big round of applause to distinguished Toastmaster Iona and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav? This is the end of our evaluation session, and prepared speech session was over. Now I would like to invite our timer, Toastmaster Sadil. Can you please submit your report, present your report for prepared speeches and evaluations?
Sure. Can I share my screen? I don't have the.
Now you can.
Okay, can you see the timer's report?
Yes.
Okay.
It is loading. Now I can see.
Okay, this is the timer's report for the speech marathon today. And I'm very happy to say that none of our prepared speakers, has disqualified. But when it comes to evaluations, we have 4 disqualifications. So my suggestion is, when it comes to evaluations, limit the points of improvements only for 2 points. After the meeting, you can contact the speaker and talk about the speech privately. So that's my personal suggestion. All in all, I congratulate all the speakers for the punctuality of your speech. And I will share this report on the chat. And over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sudharma.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadil, for that recommendations. I also agree then that evaluators will be qualified if they have summarized it and presented in a summary. Okay. Now, Zoom Master, can we launch the poll for evaluation? Okay, we can see the evaluation polling. Please vote. While pollings are going on, I would like to get some feedback from our visiting Toastmasters and guests. First, I would like to invite Toastmaster Shehan. Are you there? Yes, you are there.
Yes, I'm here.
Please give us your feedback for our speech marathon today. What is your idea and feedback?
Yes, it was a very beautiful experience for me also. I only had one experience before that. So this is also good input for me. And also first time I heard that your one family, three clubs scenario, the Gabbys family. So I searched little about this story and found that you are a very big family in Toastmasters. So having this kind of event and being invited for this kind of event is a very good experience for us also. So thank you, Sudharma, for inviting me. And I would
Thank you,
like to
Toastmaster.
join.
Yeah, we have 3 meetings: Tuesday, 7:30, Thursday, 7 p.m., and Saturday, 10 a.m. We have 3 clubs and 3 meetings. You also can join. I will invite you definitely since you have said you will like to join. Toastmaster, I will definitely contact you. Then now I would like to invite Toastmaster Arushika Pandey, our guest evaluator. Please give your feedback to us.
Yeah, hi everyone. Well, it was an amazing experience. Like, I always like to interact a lot and I love to socialize, right? So, this was something very like 3 families together and 3 meets a week. That's a tough call, right? And kudos to everyone who you people are managing that, and that to a large number of audience. So it was like I was thrilled hearing to a lot of eminent speakers, evaluators, and the way it was conducted. And I will come and like for future meets as well, and I've enjoyed a lot. So it was a great key learning for me and fun as well.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arushika. Yeah, like Toastmaster, and I will contact you definitely, and I am waiting to watch your speech in next meetings also. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Now I would like to get feedback from our next guests. Toastmaster Promodhya, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Toastmasters. So, first of all, I'd like to thank you for letting me join this meeting. It was amazing. Because speaking at meetings with a different, diverse audience is very different to when speaking at your own club to the people you already know. And being here and listening to all of the speeches that you have done, you all have shared so much experience that I can take home for myself and also for my club. So thank you very much for doing that. And everyone who spoke great speeches, kudos to all the speakers. And I'd like to also join once in a while when we have your meetings again. An awesome experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Promodhya. I was lucky to hear your speech today, and I am waiting to more and more speeches from you at Gabbys and more to play roles also. I would like to see you in the future meetings also. Thank you for attending today. And Toastmaster Noor Mohammed, would you like to give some feedback for today's speech marathon? You are not a guest actually, but this is first time you are attending a speech marathon, I guess. Toastmaster Noor?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you for inviting me for this wonderful meeting today. In fact, I thoroughly enjoyed every bit of it. The speeches were amazing. It was meticulously organized. And thank you for your follow-up, Toastmaster Sudharma. In fact, I love the pre-meeting follow-up which you do. And I don't know who came up with this idea of the music, but I really love music. Thank you all. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Noor. And also you are a great supporter for me. And I am waiting to get your support more and more in future also. Thank you. And last not but least, Toastmaster Sadil, you are not a guest actually, but I want to get feedback from you also because this is for your first speech marathon in Gabbys, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Actually, of course, this is my first speech marathon with Gabbys. I have participated a speech marathon before with Commercial Bank Toastmasters Club, but I didn't get the privilege to participate until the end of that session. But this is my first speech marathon, and I learned a lot from this meeting because, especially from distinguished Toastmaster Sourav's speech, it's very hard to maintain 3 clubs, but your leadership is awesome, and I wish you best of luck to maintain the standards and increasing the, and hope you increase the standards, and I love the warmth here, and that's all. What to you, Toastmasters?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sadil. You are saying every time yes to my request to play roles and speak a slot. So anything, you are a very good supporter. Thank you for attending today's meeting also. And distinguished Toastmaster Iona, I can't forget you, and I want to get feedback from you also. Yes.
She's already a member.
Sorry?
I'm not a guest.
Yeah, you are not a guest, but I want to get a feedback from you also. I think this is the first speech marathon you have attended at Gabbys also.
That's correct. I've enjoyed this meeting tonight, and I have to tell you, it's 2 a.m. here in Toronto. And Sudharma, it was an impeccable meeting put together with all of you sending reports, and there was so much of stuff that went on. It was wonderful to listen to all the different evaluators, to the different speakers, and you can see the different styles of speaking, and I'm amazed. This club is wonderful. I've enjoyed every single moment. I enjoy listening to you, and when I'm not, I also watch it on YouTube at times when I'm not doing anything. But thank you for a superb experience. All of you were absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed every single moment, and thank you to the executive in the background that are working so hard. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Iona. Thank you for attending this today's meeting, because I know this is 1:30 a.m. for you, I think. Thank you for such a dedication. And now let's move to our polling results. We are on time with the agenda. Now to 8:24. I would like to announce the results today. Our best speaker. Are there any guests? I think I should not ask this, but today, our best speaker is distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Shall we have a big round of applause to our distinguished Toastmaster Sourav for that amazing speech? And today, our best evaluator, Toastmaster Noor. Congratulations, you have said. Thank you, Toastmaster Noor. Our best evaluator is distinguished Toastmaster Iona. Distinguished Toastmaster Iona, congratulations. And what I said, congratulations means Toastmaster Noor have shared a congratulations note. That's why I told. It was both for distinguished Toastmaster Iona and distinguished Toastmaster Sourav. Okay, dear Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters and guests, this is the end of our speech marathon, and I would like to see you in our next meetings at 7:30 p.m. 30th January. Would you like to see you next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. And let's end up our meeting and have a nice day and good afternoon. Good day to you all. Thank you and God bless.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.